evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to Vegas, where they do it bigger and better than any other city when it comes to the big-time fights. We're at the Thomas & Mack Center for our main event of the evening. 5 rounds of heavyweight action. This should be a really good matchup here tonight. All that energy that we saw, it almost boiled over at the weigh-in yesterday. Now it gets to explode here in the ring. Johnson's making his way to the ring right now, flanked by his cornermen, and just an overall feeling that they're not exactly hyped up for this one. Evander Holyfield's making his way to the ring right now, and you can just see in his eyes what his intentions are tonight.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
They are scheduled for 5. Round 1 underway. So many have said they're going to get right to business. Let's see if they go at it. Nice strike after catching one by Evander Holyfield. And he just holds on there. Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well. Johnson's defense is now serving him well. Nice job blocking that punch. I think you can just sense right away that strategy is going to be key here. This isn't going to be some wild type brawl. This is going to be a very technical, strategic type fight.
Absolutely, Joe. Each guy waiting for the other one to make the first mistake.
Right to the head with that right. Solid left hand to the head. When you go up against a guy who the expectation is that he's going to be there right to the bitter end, mentally, what do you have to tell yourself as you come to those final few rounds?
You're prepared for this, that this is exactly what it was leading to, that you didn't expect anything different, that it was just a dress rehearsal the early part. This is where you're going on stage.
See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Halfway through this round here. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Blocks that belt line well. A stinging uppercut by Evander Holyfield. Effective work with that flush overhand right. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent, Joe, was a slow starter. He's jumping right on him, taking advantage.
Good body shot. The right hand came home. And now he's targeting upstairs. Tremendous pace being set early on here between these two. Can't see this fight going the distance with this pace.
No, not unless something changes, like moving their heads a little bit.
Holyfield's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Good flush shot upstairs. And banging away he goes. Late goings here of this round, and he goes down. Can he survive it?
One, two, three, four, five.
All right, you got to bring your hands up. You must bring your hands up. Right? Now, come on, relax. Relax. Shake it out. Shake it out.
You're looking good. And keep it up. Keep those hands moving.
We got it. All we need is water up there, and that's it. You don't need that no more. Throw that away.
Start of a new round, and it seems like a whole new man. Hard to believe that this is the fighter that was just knocked down in the last round.
Well, he's got some of those great recovery skills, kind of like Arturo Gatti used to always have. You know, he was a guy that he could be battered, he could look like he was barely hanging on, and then all of a sudden the next round, he looked good to go.
Getting rid of that punch from his opponent. Well blocked by Johnson. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter-puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
He digs in with a left hand to the body.
Come on.
Big uppercut right on the mark. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange.
Get out of the way from those punches. Move your head.
Big left hand from Evander Holyfield. Halfway through round number 2. Unable to land clean by Johnson. Wow, look at that, trading shots. Commits to the straight right. Scores up top with a left. Fires right back at him. Johnson's showing us that he is willing to stick with the game plan. But Teddy, that game plan saw him knocked down earlier in this fight. What would you be telling him?
You know, in some ways I tell him good, because you have to go with what you have. You know, you can't completely change. That's not possible in the course of the fight. You are who you are. So it's not the game plan necessarily, Joe, or the style that's wrong. It's the execution of the game plan. That has to be done better.
Good-looking jab there. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are. How badly each guy wants it.
No, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy. How they're going to be remembered.
Good doubling up of the jab by Evander Holyfield. Really fun-looking fight so far here. We've reached the halfway mark. Teddy, your impressions as to what we're going to see in the second half of this fight?
And I want to see
More of the same. I don't think these fighters know how to do anything, at least tonight. They came here with this mentality, and you know what? You can't really change gears at this point. You're going to see more of the same.
You got to land a big punch now. No doubt about it. You are losing this fight. You need to throw and land a big shot. Look at me. Knock this motherfucker out. Listen.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Very accurate two-punch combo by Johnson.
You're doing great.
You see, he comes over the top with that right hand, a real solid shot. Targeting each other, the exchange was something special. Good defensive guard now by Evander Holyfield. Wow, what an uppercut. Well timed by Evander Holyfield. He took a step back, landed the counterpunch.
Exactly what he wanted to do.
Unload! Unload! More punches!
Evander Holyfield's punch didn't come close. Nice work on the right hand by Evander Holyfield. And now he's targeting upstairs.
Back to the body.
Johnson's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Very nice work from both men. They each got a shot in. Nice block by Johnson.
Relax, relax.
Able to get away from that headshot with the block.
Back to the body. Let's go. Oh, you need to block
Nice
more.
block that time. It was intended to the head.
Uppercut.
Good exchange. He fires back. Right hand downstairs. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Last 10 seconds of round number 3.
Move your head.
And that's the end of round 3.
Okay. Relax. This fight is so close. It's really close. Let those hands go, all right? Let them go. This is the time. We need to outpunch this fucking guy.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Unable to make an impact there by Evander Holyfield. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Johnson's making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
Both men digging in with uppercuts. Doubling up the jab by Johnson.
There you go.
He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Evander Holyfield. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Scored well up top. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Evander Holyfield.
Hey, you got some of that too. Let's go. Stay away from those. Come on.
.90 seconds to go in round number 4. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand.
Yeah, good work.
Johnson's putting forth a great combination there. Sizzling hand speed we saw moments ago. Heck of a combination, but pretty easy to get it off when you're that fast.
Yeah, it is. And what it causes, too, is besides us saying, ooh, that we see those quick hands and the judges, you know, marking it down, also it makes the opponent keep his hands in his pocket. He's afraid to move his hands because the other guy's so much faster.
Evander Holyfield scored a punt. Solid. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment. I give him a lot of credit for even getting up from that knockdown, but he still has to impress and move forward here.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit, but I also recognize that he's in good shape. That's one of the reasons he got up.
Little head knocking with that right hand. Good scoring counter punch by Evander Holyfield. End of that round. And the knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, the fighter who was floored, how do you treat him? Do you go soft on him when he comes back, or do you get right in his face? What's the way to approach it?
You have to know your fighter. You have to know the temperament of your fighter. Some guys, you know, they just kind of crawl up into a ball, and they don't come out of it if you get too strong with them. Other guys, they react well to that. So you got to know what he reacts to, first of all. And the most important thing, you have to get information. Why did he get dropped? You had your right hand down, you got hit the hook. Get your right hand up. You'll be okay.
You don't need that. No, throw that away.
They meet up one more time. The last round has arrived. Good block by Johnson. Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. There it is. And for the second time tonight, he goes down. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to...
Big shot there. Forget about the judges. This one may be over now. Evander Holyfield's down, and he looks like he's in bad shape.
When you fall that way, you usually don't get up.
It's over. This fight is over. Johnson's in prime form. Power surge here. Knockout winner. That's what you want to see, a guy who can close the show and finish with style. He ends up a knockout victor tonight.
And that's what his trainer wanted. His trainer was even telling him, step it up a little bit, because he knew this was possible, and they got it.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time.